You got to continue this, continue to execute on this side, stay locked in.
Yeah, Steph looking at about 25 minutes, 26 minutes, played 13 in the first half. They're going to ramp him up, but kind of keep an eye on it with having the 4 games this week.
Right on pace. Draymond set that screen. That's an offensive foul. Carter crashed it.
So starting the half, Pajemski with Draymond, Melton, Malachi Leones, and Pat Spencer. Then Carter Renault, a little high screen roll. Nick Clifford. Pajemski trying to fight over that screen. And then Clifford will draw the foul.
Just trying to keep everything in the paint tough for the Kings. Didn't we just go glass just now?
I was going to wait for you to say that.
What in the world?
That pass a little far for Malachi Leones. You know, we saw Steph and Seth sitting on the bench, right? Seth Curry grabbed both jerseys from the game.
Of course.
And he said, they're in my man cave. So the media thought, what else is in your man cave? He's like,
I can't divulge.
I'm not telling
no,
you.
Why would he? He said he's been smart. He's been collecting some good stuff.
Yeah, don't say what you got.
It makes a lot of sense.
Renault scoring inside for the Kings in this first minute. Coming out of the halftime locker room, efficient.
These rookies are rambunctious. Gotta make it tough on Renault inside. It's not easy. He is 7-1.
Lakers on Thursday, Kings in Sacramento Friday, Clippers in LA on Sunday. That'll wrap up the regular season. Malachi Leones, and there's where the right hand, he'll say it's feeling just palpable there, you know? All because of the Azubuike jersey. Looking for a seam. His jumper looks good today.
Really good.
5 of 6, he's got 14.
You see that little swaggy back pedal after that one? That shows you he's feeling good.
You know what that was? I did the halftime interview with Fitz and Glenn. I'm bottoming that jumper, no problem.
We're just giving ourselves too much credit.
Renault. Maxime Renault's got good touch. Got it from everywhere.
I like his game. Draymond's finding out. He's gaining Draymond Green's respect.
To the cutting Leon and laying it up and in.
And that's how Maxime Renault, we've been giving him so much credit on the offensive side. He lost sight of Malachi Leones. Cut, move without the ball. I always say that. Drive from one side, cut from the other. It's always a great idea.
Good, strong finish, Precious Achiuwa. There's another guy who's a serviceable big that could help teams.
Really athletic.
Plays very hard.
Uses that big body and you get offensive. And it's hard to get perfectly stationary, so maybe you can say Malachi Leones wasn't.
After Sunday, you'll have the officials cut down to the playoff officials as Renault misses that 3, and so the postseason, it's a big honor, and then on to the semis and the finals and the whole bit.
We've seen a lot of the points of emphasis. The officials have been working on that all season. It's fluid.
Pat Spencer got picked by Clifford. Nick Clifford laying it up and in. No. Offensive foul. Pajemski got there. And you had him fly into Pajemski a little bit off to the side, but Brandon didn't slide over to catch that body.
As long as Pajemski's not moving.
Correct. And then Brandon pays it off with a layup. So established legal guarding position before the player begins the upward shooting motion. And that's how it's called on the floor. That's how it stayed. Challenge unsuccessful. Kings are done with challenges for the night.
Pajemski still killing on both sides. He worked with Charles Bassey on that last one. Got to the rim.
Devin Carter at the elbow. Malachi Leones was a long defender. Couldn't get anything up there. Shot clock at 1. Achiuwa beat the buzzer. Did well to hit iron. And an offensive rebound by Clifford. And then knocked away by Bassey and Melton. Warriors in the break. Pajemski spaced out to the corner. No need to shoot that early 3.
Bassey was open inside for a split second. He got the foul.
There's been better decision-making.
Just low, just stay away from it. But Bassey just held his ground in there, just made it tough for Achiuwa. And that made it to where D'Anthony Melton could get his hands in there, get the steal.
Pajemski finding Melton for 3. Off iron there. Carter with the rebound. Double-digit Warrior lead. Seth Curry is coming to the scorer's table. Malachi Leones played the D.
Against the smaller guard. Quickness. Malachi's long. Lateral.
That's Spencer early 3. Bassey trying to guide it home. Malachi Leones gives back another opportunity. Little bumper car move. Getting to that fadeaway, but this time short Bassey. Third opportunity.
He's active in there.
He's fun to play with Charles Bassey. Just keep getting extra opportunities, and then they pay it off.
You have to reward him. Look at him screaming, too. He is hype. That's that step 3 wingspan. You saw it there. It didn't even look like he had to jump too high.
So Bassey, 10 and 8.
He got behind Achiuwa. Achiuwa was just so worried about D'Anthony Melton. He stayed up a little too high.
Yeah, 15 second chance points to 0, as you saw that flash on the screen. And Bassey, big part of it. Killian Hayes, shot clock at 1. Spencer moved his feet to beat the buzzer. That is great Warrior defense. 24-second violation.
It's talking out the switches. It's like, but you can anticipate it too. Both guys know it's probably going to happen, especially with like-sized guys.
And you always hear coaches say we need to talk more on defense, so everybody's on the same page of what are we doing. Clock at 5. Dangerous skip pass. Not the one there. Killian Hayes has always been a pretty good defender. That was a nice steal. No. And he will draw the foul.
And you can thank Cardwell for that one there. Work, then you can kick it back out. Then the openings are there instead of just trying to skip past where everybody's able to stay home. And he knows that.
You know, we were finishing a conversation for Draymond, the back line. So if Bassie is a big talker, that would be helpful too. That's a way to fit in.
That's it. I was about to say, look at this group. So who's the talker out here? It's got to be everybody, but you definitely want the big talking. Al Horford.
Because the big can see everything in front of him, but he's the back line of the defense.
What a guy to mentor you. You get Bassie, his Warriors turn over again.
Hey, Killian Hayes been in the passing lane. And Pat Spencer saved the lane. Took it away from Caldwell, but still King's ball.
And Pat Spencer was able to... That Pat Spencer had where he tried to skip it. Driving can limit your turnovers as well. Right? It makes defenders react, and the passing lanes become more visible.
Renault, he missed the short one, got his own rebound. Maxime Renault, 15 and 5, and just continuing his excellent play that's gone on for a couple months. Pajemski thought he was hit in the face there, and
he really has to attack that rehab.
Yeah, Rick Celebrani will be working with him. Curry finding Bassie, and there's GP2 to clean it up. I said Moses, 8th best three-point shooter for guys that took 6 or more threes this year. Heavy volume three-point shooters. He was top 8 in the NBA, a career best over 40% on threes this year.
And speaking of guys sitting out for a while and coming back in a big way, that Dallas game, he was on. He was playing insanely well.
Well, Moses is 23 years old. He's not heard the last of Moses Moody. It's Killian Hayes stepping in there and then drawing the foul.
No, he's coming back.
This year, the step forward by Moody as well as Guy Santos and Pajemski. Bassie blocking Renault.
Look how active he is in there. And that's 7'3" wingspan again.
That's Spencer getting open wing 3. Ricochets to Killian Hayes. Seth Curry broke up that even Quentin Post. Bassie is that bouncy big there that's kind of fun.
And I said he has a high motor.
He does. Oh, absolutely. Good defense, Seth Curry on Killian Hayes there.
Draymond boxed out and got the rebound.
The Curry brothers are in together. Seth passed up the 3, got it back to Pat, didn't catch it cleanly, but knocked out of bounds. It's Warrior ball.
High IQ. Knows how to play off.
That's one of my favorite Warrior inbounds. The inbounder gets the screen and gets rewarded.
Yeah, just got to use it well. Draymond's a perfect candidate to make that pass in there.
I call that the Wiggins. He used to run that with Andrew all the time.
They ran with Jimmy a lot.
They did. Cycling around, Crowden, that high arcing 3, and Renault with the rebound. GP2 knocked it away.
All these bigs think they can take GP2 inside. He's tricky.
Steph missing that 3.
In the last game we did, GP2 worked around another big and stole one.
Guided home by Cardwell.
Well, that's always smiling. So if he snatches your headband, you're probably not as mad as if someone else does it.
40 remaining in the third. Killian Hayes will launch that 3. So Killian Hayes, he comes in and you see 29% from the field and 25% on threes, and then you watch him play. He's 5 of 8 tonight.
They're just all playing with nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Jeff cutting back door, finding Pat Spencer, corner 3. Got it!
Steph Curry is like, yep, I did that. He's working against Renault, working without the ball, using his quickness. Obviously, Renault can't stay with him, and someone else had to help kick it out. He's so unselfish.
Killian Hayes missing there. And the Warriors are aware of that inbound play.
That's not the
Steph threw that away, though.
He made a great defensive play.
Wow, hammering that